All right, nobody told me what was going on. When I saw the boys hit the ice, I thought we were going to start the game and maybe we were only cutting the ice like every two periods, but they were warming up on broken ice. Now it's going to get cut, and then we'll play on fresh, clean ice because why not, right? So we'll be back. Game will start in 12 minutes and 20 seconds. right, hockey fans, here we are, second game of the day for the 2025 St. John, nope, kidding, the 2025 Burning Leaves Tournament hosted by Paul Smith's College here at Saranac Lake Civic Center in Saranac Lake, New York. Home team in the black, going from right to left, Stonehill College versus the visiting team in white, going from left to right, the St. John Fisher Cardinals. And that faceoff is won by Stonehill. Stonehill from Massachusetts, little college community south of Boston. Between Boston and Rhode Island, St. John Fisher located right outside of Rochester. Coming down with this puck, Jackson Pensabine shot in his save. Rebound picked up by Mateo Torres. Sends this around back behind the net. Stonehill on the near side at the hash mark. Trying to battle for that puck to get it out into the neutral zone. It comes, grabbed by Cole Flannery, who sends this D-to-D pass. And this gets sent up for Mateo Torres. Shot to goal! Mateo Torres gets one by John Ogles. And St. John Fisher has scored first here at the Saranac Lake Civic Center. Face off won by Fisher. They got a new sense of speed now. Griffin Mayo brings this into the offensive end, loses this, and that came out and back in again. And in hockey, we call that an offside. Face off won by Fisher. All right, so St. John Fisher goal scored by number 18, Mateo Torres, assisted by number 4, Dylan Joy, from number 3, Cole Flannery. 18 from 4, from 3, Torres, from Joy, from Flannery. Time of the St. John Fisher Cardinals goal, 0:38 of the first period. And here's Fisher again on the advance, trying to make a move to get around. Griffin Mayo goes into the corner, absorbs that check in the corner of the ice. Puck comes up at the point, makes its way by John Sherino. And that gets turned over. Stonehill almost making a big advance. Stonehill turns this back into the neutral zone. Lincoln Hennessy sends this into the O zone, gets turned back by Fisher, and that's going to be an icing. And we'll send this face-off all the way down to the Fisher end of the arena. Boy, would love to be here for some curling, especially now that they got the bar. The only way I know how to curl. Face-off, won by Stonehill, turned over. No, held in at the point, but not for long. Kevin Leary couldn't keep it there. Chasing after this puck, Captain Dan Bird. Dan, hard pass up. No, it's Riley Brown. Riley Brown, far side, dumps his puck into the O-zone, but Cole Flannery for Fisher sends this out into the neutral zone for Chase Beers. Chance, Beers, shot. Beers dropped it to a boat, and boat buries top shelf. St. John Fisher goal scored by number 8, Avery Vogt, assisted by number 9, Chance Bears, or maybe that's backwards. We'll find out for sure. I do know the time of the goal at 1 156 of the first period, and Fisher leads 2-0. Kevin Leary moving up with this puck, passes it over to Thomas Dunn, who fires it to the far corner. Only person there, Dylan Joy, and he goes to St. John Fisher's College. Joy sends this out. It makes its way into his neutral zone. Hard pass over to Jack Chapman, gets turned over. Here's Stonehill's Thomas Dunn in the corner. And no, what? Whose second assist goes to Jack Chapman. So it's 8 from 9 from 17 at 156. So 2-0 St. John Fisher. Waiting for the extra player to get off. Got Lincoln Hennessy. Oh, no, he's going to get tossed in. Lucas Pichard is going to take the face off. Wins it, sends it back for Will Vermette. Can't keep it in. Has to bring this back out into the neutral zone. And Stonehill trying to get regrouped and bring this puck back up. Pichard on the near side loses this puck, comes back out to the point. And here is Jonah Reshore. Centering pass gets knocked away, goes all the way across. Pichard trying to move this to a teammate to get it out, and it makes its way all the way up to the blue line for Jackson Reeves. Reeves gets his for Hennessy. Hennessy couldn't keep it in, comes back out into the neutral zone. Pass gets made over to Reeves on the near side. Reeves up to McGrath. McGrath loses it. Reeves fires this in on net. Glove down by St. John Fisher's netminder. Passed up, and here comes Fisher, number 12, dumps this puck in. I've got two 12s on my roster, and he must be one of them. Or maybe not. Who knows? That puck taken away by Cole Flannery. Flannery separated from the puck by Pichard, centers in. Nothing happens if Flannery picks it back up again. Puck gets passed out into the neutral zone. Mateo Torres with it. Torres waits, fires that shot, gets deflected right on him, putting a stick on that play. I believe was Dan Bird. Recovering, Garrett Eisenhut. Shot, save. It was Jackson Pensabine, number 23, that got that puck and quickly released it. John Ogles right there in goal to make the save and force the faceoff to his right side. We're about 4 minutes into the third period. Fisher wins that draw. Mateo Torres dumps it in, goes back behind the goal onto the near side, held in by Pensabine. Pensabine centering pass. Oh, it gets tipped. Fisher shot to goal. Oh. St. John Fisher goal scored by number, he's not turning, but it sure looks like Mateo Torres. So this faceoff is controlled by Stonehill going in deep. Kevin Leary. Leary brings this into the trapezoid from Gretzky's office, sends this over to the corner for Pat Hounsell. Hounsell in the corner comes around, and that is held onto by Fisher's goalie. So that was St. John Fisher's goal, scored by number 18, Mateo Torres, assisted by 23, Jackson Pensabine, from 19, Jonah Reshore. 18 from 23 from 19, Torres from Pensabine from Reshore. Time of the St. John Fisher Cardinals' third goal, 4:14 of the first period. They lead 3-0. Nate Hopwood takes this face off for Stonehill, brings this puck back, immediately advancing, though Carson Berg knocks us into the neutral zone, goes to Cam Hendwerk, of Stonehill. And that puck is turned over. Fisher bringing that puck in. Griffin Mayo going back behind. He gets checked off of that puck. Puck gets picked up, though, by Berg. Berg in the trapezoid, trying to make some space. Puck comes around to Dylan Joy. Joy fires it back into all the traffic. Near side. Puck grab by Berg. Sends this back up to the point. Cole Flannery sends this back into the corner. And that is knocked out by Stonehill College. Flannery back in his defensive end. D to D pass. This one gets sent up into the neutral zone for Fisher. Hard pass across from Mayo. Griffin Mayo picks it up. Shot! Save and made by Stonehill. Another one follow-up save and made. Fisher from the point. It should be working. Okay. Yep, thank you. Off the face-off shot goes back behind. Battle for that puck in the corner. The one corner that can't see. Puck goes over, chasing after it. Chance Beers. Beers sends this behind the net on the far side, picked up by Kevin Green. Green sends this back over the end line, comes back to Beers or Bears. On that far side, Connor McGrath able to get that puck out into the neutral zone, goes right to Griffin Sheftick. And that'll give us well the face off at center ice. Chance Bears taking that face off against Hennessy. Bears able to pull that puck back. Cole Flannery sends it up along the boards. Avery Vogt pops this into the offensive end. Kick back by Bears. Grab by Stonehill sends this all the way around. Pop this into the neutral zone, but Flannery there to receive it. Flannery passes up to Bears. Bears can't keep it. Goes back to Flannery. Flannery loses it. That's an offside. Stonehill's going to have to check up while they do. Jack Chapman grabs this puck, gives it to Bears. Bears in the middle to Vogt. Vogt weaves his way in, couldn't pull the trigger. And we're going to have a hooking penalty against Stonehill. Stonehill College penalty number 10, Connor McGrath. 2-minute minor for hooking. Number 10, 2 minutes hook. Time of the minor penalty, 6:56 of the first period. And it's a St. John Fisher Cardinals power play. Mateo Torres bringing his puck up, challenged in the neutral zone by Dozois. Pushing that puck through is Torres. Passes it back to the point for Dylan Joy. Joy loses it. Has to go after him. Chases all the way down. Stalled back behind the net by his netminder, Derek Joy. Fired in. Kick save. Fisher trying to come out cleanly. Mateo Torres attacked in the neutral zone. Now he's able to pass that puck across, comes back through the slot. Torres picks his puck up, goes on the far side at the top of the faceoff circle, in deep, swings around, loses that puck, taken away, and not able to be cleared. Fisher passes across D to D. Dylan Joy sends it in deep centering pass. Nobody there. Mateo Torres pops this back to Avery Vogt at the point. Vogt fires this in, and it falls down, blocked in front. Griffin Mayo. There's a shot off the shoulder of John Ogles for the save. Faceoff will be to the right side of Ogles. Gavin Tribley taking a faceoff for Fisher, wins that draw. Fisher setting up the umbrella. Umbrella's open pass comes across. Shot fired, Jack Chapman, but he took about a minute too long to pull the trigger. Easy save for John Ogles. You really want to be able to get that shot off before the goalie's able to slide across the crease. But you do what you can do. The official, who's wearing rental skates, seems to have a problem with the way these faceoffs are taken. Shot save made. Ogles goes into the corner, picked up by Fisher on the near side. Jack Chapman backhands his back into the corner. Fisher recovers. Chapman from the point, shot fired, deflected off the leg of Pichard. And Stonehill able to recover. 10 seconds left in the player. Oh, offside. Pat Hounsel just a bit too eager. They'll have a face-off in the neutral zone. 7 seconds remaining in the penalty against Connor McGrath. Faceoff comes back into the Cardinal zone. And the teams return to even strength. Pass across to Michael Brink. Brink loses it. Stonehill trying to recover. Stonehill brings this into the O zone, comes back into the neutral zone, or ripped in by Pat Hounsel. Puck picked up Cole Flannery. Flannery sends it up to the hash mark. Not able to do anything. Riley Brown couldn't get that shot off. Puck comes back out to Jackson Reeves in the neutral zone. Puck fired all the way across off the boards. Will Vermette chasing after it. Goes on net. Covered up by Ogles. Stonehill far side pass into the middle for Riley Brown. Brown shot, save made, rebound, grabbed by Josh Kumar. He coughs it up. Puck picked up by Mateo Torres. Torres soft pass. Gabe Cromer couldn't catch it, but that ends up being an icing. We'll bring this face-off all the way down to the Cardinals' end of the arena. Fisher has taken 11 shots on goal. Stonehill, only 4. They need to pick it up. Got to shoot more to score more. Right? Brilliance, right? Shoot more to score more. Who knew I was that smart? Save made. Rebound picked up by number 12. I don't know if it's Sherino or Ball. Fisher coming down, dumps that puck in. Gabe Cromer fell down. Fisher missed the glass. Puck goes out of play. Need a new biscuit. Neutral zone faceoff. Pat Hounsel squaring up for Stonehill against Chance Bears. Stonehill wins the draw. Thomas Dunn comes away with it over the blue line. Small pass into the middle, and it's broken up by. I thought Michael Brink, but his name is Dylan Joy. Here's Dylan Joy, tried kicking it up to his stick, couldn't do it. Collects that puck over the end line, sends it out into the middle, and that gets covered up by John Ogles. Oodles of Ogles for Stonehill. Chance Bears. Face off for Fisher, wins the draw. Puck goes back to the point. Sent in off the leg pad of Ogles. Comes over to the side. Caleb Clark with it at the corner. Trying to stay in possession. Couldn't do it. Puck goes to Pichard. Pichard passes puck up into the neutral zone. Connor McGrath going after it, but the Cardinals take that puck away. Soft pass to Clark. Clark going in trying to make some space. Sends this puck across the offensive zone. That gets jumped in by Cole Flannery. Loose puck comes out into the neutral zone. Flannery retreats back, takes this into his own end of the ice to try to regroup and get reset. Puck gives this to his defensive mate, and it comes right back to him. Flannery into the ozone shot. Glove save, John Ogle. Another glove save by Ogles. Jackson Pensabene taking a face off of Fisher, pulls this puck back to Christian Ball. Shot fired. Save made. Another face-off win by Fisher. Shot saved by Ogles. Nice quick shot by Eisenhut. Pass across the 1T by Torres. Missed. Sends this back to the point. Goes back to Mateo at the hash marks. Mateo's got to chase after that. Can't stay with it. Eisenhut sends this back out to the center point, and that gets blocked by Riley Brown. Here comes Riley Brown into town. Puck stays in the zone by Hopwood. Nate in deep, couldn't pull the trigger, get that shot off. John Chirino takes it away, and here comes Chirino on the far side of the ice. Chirino over the blue line, tries pulling it behind him. It does centering. Could not connect with Jackson Pensabene. So too soft of a pass by Stonehill. Got picked off by Fisher. But back in Stonehill's hands, Riley Brown. There's a shot taken, missed high. Brown gets his back out. 1G in the middle. Hounsell missed greatly over to the right. Will Vermette has that in the corner. Pressed up against the boards by Kevin Green. Puck comes loose. Stonehill has it. One-timer save made. Nice defensive play right in front of the crease by St. John Fisher. And Mateo Torres just a bit offsides by one step. That one step is all it takes, and that makes you offsides. Oh, they calling it intentional because it was. I thought the one earlier was as well. Face off down in the Fisher zone. One by Stonehill. Quick shot by Dunn. Save made. Fisher. Done again. Not done again. Hounsell. Save. Rebound. Caleb Clark able to get that out into the neutral zone. Following behind, Cole Flannery gets it, rips it across for Mayo. Griffin not able to catch that puck, though. Turns it over to Dozois. Dozois coming up for Stonehill. Passes it quickly to Dunn. Dunn shot right into the glove of the St. John Fisher goalie. So I keep forgetting to pay attention to see if it's Derek or Nick. Nah, he didn't turn the right way. Still can't tell Derek or Nick. And that puck goes out of play. Jeff Vallone taking a face-off for Fisher against Stonehill's Pat Hounsell. And that's the official. Looks like he's wearing rental skates, I'm telling you. Vallone leaning forward to free up that puck for Fisher to win it, but that not able to get it out of the zone. Fired back in. Hounsell swings. Save made. Back from the point, Kevin Leary passes this puck across. There's a shot by Dan Bird, blocked by Griffin Mayo. Fisher picks this puck up in the corner, passes this out. Mayo reaches for it, but can't get it to settle. Puck is passed over to Leary. Leary rips this over off the boards. Nate Thomas Dunn nonchalantly skates around as if his team's not losing 3-0. Puck gets cleared out. Fisher recovers in their zone. Out into the neutral zone, turned over. Thomas Dunn coming in. Dunn, drop pass back for Connor Dozois, and it's intercepted by Jeff Vallone. Vallone fires this all the way down. Mayo after it. Mayo picks this up over the end line, squeezes his way through to the corner. Mayo still with it, cycling around, slot shot, save, Ogle. Face off to the left side of Ogles. Loose puck. Cardinals get this out into the neutral zone. Hustling over. Jackson Reeves broke up what was going to be a 3-on-1. Lincoln Hennessy in centering pass. Knocked away by Fisher. Chance Bears in over the right side, centering pass over to Chapman. Shot is blocked. Stonehill able to pick that up. 3-on-2 coming back the other way. Lucas Bichard in. Passes just a little too far ahead of Jackson Reeves. Lose that puck into the corners. A shot on net by Bichard. Save made by Fisher. Cam handwork. Collecting that puck, rips this, sends this behind the goal to Will Vermette. Vermette skates is up, tries hitting handwork on the far side. Handwork not able to catch that puck. Comes back out into the neutral zone. Fisher advancing forward into the offensive ends. Tribbley with a shot, misses. Comes around near side, held in by Caleb Clark. Sends this back in. Far corner, Will Vermette trying to bring this puck out and does. Chasing it down, Nate Hopwood. Hopwood in deep and couldn't get control of the puck in time to get a shot on net. Puck gets cleared out. Collected Caleb Clark coming back the other way. Clark tries to stop short. Can't keep the big biscuit with them. Jackson Reeves has it. And Stonehill able to clear the zone. St. John Fisher resumes their play from their end of the ice. 12 dumps this in. Could be John Chirino or Christian Ball. I just don't know. Will Vermette far side with this puck. Pass comes across to Riley Brown. Brown over the blue line from the circle. Shot fired off the stick of Flannery into the far corner. Nate Hopwood trying to get a piece of it. Couldn't settle it down. Puck moved forward. That's going to get collected by Devdin Young. Devdin Young sends this off the backboard. Now passes this puck up and trying to skate up with it. Connor Peary. Peary passes this over to Fanning. Not Fanning. Dunn. Thomas Dunn. Shot. Save. Puck was loose. Whistle was blown, but it gets covered up. Boy, and this goalie's just not going to turn around for me. Or is nope. Nope. I can see the 3, but I don't know if it's a 31 or a 35. Face-off won by Fisher. Long pass, and that is caught in the neutral zone by Devdin Young. Dumps it back in. Stonehill checks up on sides. While they do, no, not Nick Rippey. Number 12 comes up with this ball. It's a puck. It's a biscuit in the neutral zone. Pensabine passes this puck up. It goes over to Devdin Young. Devdin Young tries to turn it back, and we're just playing ping pong back and forth. Fisher in the O zone, and that pass intended for Garrett Eisenhut gets deflected and goes right to John Ogles. Face off to the right side of Ogles, won by Fisher, comes back to the point, fired forward, goes off the skate of Nate Hopwood into the corner, battling for it, Mateo Torres. Puck sent back behind by Stonehill. Stonehill picks this puck up in the near corner, skating up with it, now firing it all the way across. Hounsell not able to settle it, pulling this puck through. Fisher, nice pass over to Pensabine. Pensabine back into the middle, and Dylan Joy could not finish. He started it but couldn't end it. Joy has it, passes is over, picked off by Connor Dozois. Dozois drop pass, a Dunn shot, wide right, comes all the way out to the neutral zone. Eisenhut trying to drive it forward. Will Vermette puts it back, gives it to Dunn again. Dunn back and sends it behind Vermette. And coming in, Jeff Vallone backhands this, tries to go out of the zone, but does not. Sends this into the Fisher bench. So it'll be a face-off in the Fisher end of the ice. St. John Fisher leads 3-0, 1:28 remaining in this first period. It's like the official wanted to milk a cow. Griffin Mayo coming in to take the faceoff for Fisher against Connor McGrath. Mayo wins the draw. Puck comes around near side. Jeff Vallone gets this out, and that's going to be an icing. We'll have a faceoff down at the Fisher end once again. There's a faceoff shot right into the glove of the Fisher goalie, who still won't turn the right way so I can identify him. Anybody know who's in goal? The goalie, she said. Oh, I love you. You just said the goalie? Yeah. It's Derek? Okay, thank you. There's another icing. I don't mind asking for help when help is needed. Vallone taking the face off against Hounsell. Hounsell pulls this puck back, held in by Cole Flannery. Fisher off the boards, brings us into the neutral zone. I'm not sure who 25 is. Oh, wait, looking on the wrong line. That's Carson Berg. Oh, 1 minute of play remaining in the first period. Pulling this puck out. Dozois. Shot gets a block. Number 12 with it. Sends this puck up. Little short pass to Vallone. Vallone gets this back to Mayo. Mayo over for Berg with a shot and a save. And we got players sitting and laying down all over half of the ice. So Stonehill College penalty number 20, Thomas Dunn, 2 minutes for roughing. St. John Fisher penalty number 25, Carson Berg, 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the minor penalties, 19:27, and we're playing 4-on-4 hockey. Centering pass by Stonehill gets blocked by Dylan Joy. This puck picked up in the neutral zone by Hounsell. Couldn't get that on net. Cole Flannery back to play it. Less than 10 seconds to go on the near side. Soft pass out into the neutral zone. And that's going to do it. At the end of one period of play, it is Stonehill College 0, St. John Fisher 3. We'll be back with fresh ice in about 12 minutes. I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence, reminding you to make it a great day. All right, second period starts 4-4. Stonehill centering pass to Duzois, not able to finish the move. Pass out to the point gets missed. And Stonehill's got to play this puck all the way back. Kevin Leary brings this over the blue line. He is checked hard by Caleb Clark. Puck goes all the way down, and that's an icing. There's a face-off. Stonehill driving it forward. Number 12 trying to reach back and get it. Well, swatting at that puck and out to the point position. It comes sent all the way across by Carson Bird. Turning around, swiping at it. Jackson Reese can't do it. Griffin Mayo moving forward, couldn't get that shot off. And Carson Bird, he tried really hard to keep that one in, but he didn't. So it's offsides. But he sure did try hard. Face off one by Fisher, dumped in. Puck goes to the corner, chasing it down. Jackson Reeves for Stonehill. Back to Reeves, misses it through the trapezoid. Berg over to pick it up. Oh, and he doesn't play cleanly. Able to get it back to the point. Shot fired. Save made. And that goes off of Ogles and into the netting. And we'll have a face off in the Stonehill zone. Second period. St. John Fisher, the visiting team, on the right side of the scoreboard, going from right to left this period. Stonehill in black on the left side of the scoreboard, going from left to right. Fisher wins this draw. Jack Chapman sends cross, stepping up. Kevin Green shot. Save made. Rebound, swept around, tried to go across, not able to. Backhand Chapman, and that gets deflected by Connor McGrath and goes all the way down the length of the ice. Coming out, Derek Joy to play on that puck. Passes it to Kevin Green. Green absorbs a soft check. On the far side, puck taken into the corner by Pichard. Comes back out to the point, fired in, back through behind the goal. Connor McGrath not able to settle it. Fisher trying to get that puck out, knocked back into the corner. Back there. Fisher sends this up along the sides, holding us at the point. Dan Bird fires it, save made. Rebound collected by Vogt. Avery Vogt gets this out through the neutral zone. Stopped by Andrew Iokum. Jackson Reeves now follow up in the slot. And at point blank range, shot gets missed by Pat Hounsell. 12 in the slot on the far side, looking, shooting, save made. And that just gets grabbed and thrown by Jackson Reeves. And you know what? You can't do that in hockey. He can smack it, but he caught that and he threw it. Well, he shoots left-handed and he throws left-handed. Maybe in the spring he plays first base. Face off. Oh, almost made it to the slot. Pat Hounsell tried playing the puck, goes back behind. Puck sent around Jonah Reshore. Now here's a short pass to Connor Dozois. Dozois fired this in, caught by Cole Flannery. Flannery sends this through two zones. Jackson Reeves for Stonehill picks up, tries getting it out. Puck picked up, and Gavin Tripoli tried shooting that puck, couldn't do it. Puck sent in and around Kevin Leary on the far side for Stonehill. Pass this to the backside of Connor Dozois. Dozois not able to do much, just fling it forward, and Fisher able to take control. Puck gets dumped in by Tribbley. Tribbley goes off for a change, but we got a whistle. It's going all the way down. Oh, is he offsides on the far side? That's a big mental error by St. John Fisher forward. Poor Tribbley was just trying to go off for a line change. Face off by Reshore. Gets pulled back into the corner. Fisher sends this through onto the near side. Picked up by Kevin Green. Not Green. Gets fired all the way across to the far side. Devin Young for Stonehill. Behind the net pass. Stonehill fires his crisscross all the way up off the far boards for Connor McGrath. McGrath loses this, though, as Cole Flannery sweeps that puck away and sends this into the trapezoid for his teammate, Dylan Joy. Joy passes this around, chasing after it, Gabe Cromer. Cromer goes down. And apparently, he fell down because of interference. I thought it was because the ice was slippery. But interference is the call. And that's going to be against Devin Young. So Stonehill penalty number 14, Devin Young, 2-minute minor. For I forgot what. Oh, interference. Interference. I wrote it down. Devin Young, 2 minutes for interference. Time of the minor penalty, 4:43 of the second period. And that puck gets cleared by Stonehill. It went off just the tip of the stick of Dylan Joy. He's going to retreat back and pick this up, getting things set up from the trapezoid. Goes out on the right side, passes this puck up along the boards. Fisher penetrates over, hard pass across the Avery Vogt. Shot fired, save made by John Ogles. .123 to go in the player advantage for St. John Fisher College. Garrett Eisenhut taking a face-off for Fisher. Puck comes back. Pass out into the middle. Dylan Joy. Everything again to keep it. Vogt back out into the middle. Nothing doing. Joy not able to take that puck away. Coming back. Connor McGrath. McGrath in. Shot. Goal by McGrath. I mean, Thomas Dunn. Number 20. Thomas Dunn with the short-handed goal. Nothing like a shorty to change the momentum in your favor. Stonehill now trails 3-1. So Stonehill College shorthanded goal scored by number 20, Thomas Dunn, unassisted. Number 20, unassisted. Time of the Stonehill College goal, 5:34 of the second period. And it's now a 3-1 lead for St. John Fisher. Stonehill, though, like I said, with the momentum, able to dump that puck all the way down. 45 seconds to go in the player advantage for St. John Fisher. Puck collected by number 12, comes around behind his net, passes it up for Jeff Vallone. Vallone sends this diagonally across, gets kicked out by Stonehill, picked up by Fisher. Vallone with it, center point, tip back in. Vallone picks it up, passes across. Chapman not able to get a shooting motion. I really thought Vallone should have taken that shot himself. It's a quick pass to him on. There's a shot fired by Chapman. Missed the broadside of a barn on that one. Well, and Kevin Leary going to sit down. Not exactly sure if it's roughing or unsportsmanlike, but boy, that official did not like the way that Kevin Leary was reading books in the corner. Garrett Eisenhut for Fisher. Fisher with a 5-3 player advantage for 7 seconds. And it is unsportsmanlike conduct. Refs got to let these boys play. If it wasn't a rough or a trip or a hook. Oh, loose puck! And it gets knocked in. Oh, John Ogles may have scored that on himself, but I think we're going to credit the goal to Griffin Sheftick or maybe Cole Flannery. But that will release Devin Young from the box. And back to a one-player advantage for St. John Fisher. So the goal, credit for the goal is for number 13, Garrett Eisenhut. And I missed the time. I'm going to say 7:51. How's that? St. John Fisher power play goal credited to Garrett Eisenhut. Duh, can we save those for a little bit? Oh, thank you. Now puck goes around back behind the Fisher goal. Flannery in the corner sends this over near side, passed up for Gavin Tribley. Tribley gets this to Reshore. Reshore goes all the way in, centering pass and sliding in the break up the pass is number 11, Jackson Reeves. And we're going to get a slashing penalty call. I think they're going to call it delay a game because Reeves was just laying on that puck. So that's on Connor McGrath, Stonehill College penalty number 10. Connor McGrath, 2-minute minor for slashing. Time of that minor penalty, 8:24 of the second period. And it's another power play for St. John Fisher. Fisher rips this puck all the way, or the puck gets ripped all the way down on Fisher. Avery Vogt picks this puck up, passes up to the blue line, from the blue line, brought in at the hash mark. Centering pass for Eisenhut. Not able to get a shot off. Puck comes around near side at the point. Vogt. D to D pass or point to point pass for Dylan Joy. Joy sends it into the corner. Umbrella is open. Joy fires this in. Tipped by Mateo Torres. Goes wide. Soft pass tried by Eisenhut. Didn't work. Comes back to Joy. Joy to Vogt. Vogt with it now. Look, it sends this in. Look, 5-hole. 5-hole close. Save made. John Ogles. Now puck gets sent all the way down, played by the Fisher goalie. Almost coughed that one up big time. Here's Chance Bears over the blue line. Soft drop pass. 40 seconds ago in the power play, just trying to set up the umbrella. Puck gets sent in for Bears over the end line. Turning and shooting, Jack Chapman misses. Jackson Pensabine trying to pick it up. Near side shot, save made in the trapezoid. Puck sent up along the side to get back out to the point. Pass across for Chapman. Chapman forced to dump this in. Bears battling, trying to keep possession of this puck. Loses it, but that puck's going to stay in the zone as it's picked up by number 12. He fires that shot, misses the corner. Chapman sends this back in. Pensabine picks it up, and the teams return to even strength. And that was almost iced, but got blocked. 12 has Pashard on him. Out of the box and on the ice, Kevin Leary not able to do something. Pass pushed forward for Jeff Malone, couldn't keep it. Tried to make up a breakaway. Short pass missed. There's a swing shot. See, rebound picked up by the Cardinals. Fisher coming back. Mateo Torres went to go pass, had to go inside, centering pass, missed by Flannery, picked up by Stonehill College over the blue line, loses that puck, and that is is that a hand pass or offsides? Stonehill over the center line, dumps this puck in deep, back to play it. Dylan Joy gets to that puck before Cam Henworth. Fisher passes across the zone, now sent up for Mateo Torres. Torres over the blue line, sends this to the far corner for Jeff Vallone, or that looks like Carson Berg. Nice stop. Berg trying to pull that puck out from between the legs of Torres. Not able to. Cole Flannery tried crawling to that puck, but you can't do that. Ice is too slippery. Flannery able to hold that in. Fires it forward. Goes back behind the net. Picked up by Stonehill on the near side. Here comes Stonehill College racing down on the near side. Tyler Meany dumps that puck in. Far side at the hash mark. Lincoln Hennessy couldn't make a clean pass. Puck pushed back out into the neutral zone for Torres. Torres into the ozone, slowing things down. Tried to pass it to Tribbley for the shot, but it goes by him and is picked up by Ogles off the ice. We'll have a face-off in the corner with 6:46 to go in the second period. Puck is still loose. Now it squeaks out. Thomas Dunn trying to get it out, held in by Fisher. Send this puck into the corner. Tribbley after it. Tribbley picks this puck up, tries to send it in deep for Vallone. Now through, now back into the trapezoid again. Dribbly sends this out. Oh, Valone just missed it. Puck comes all the way back. 12 retreating back to play it. It gets played on by Derek Joy. 12 sends this over near side for Kevin Green. Green passes this puck up through the neutral zone. Gavin Dribbly shot, save made. John Ogles. Face off to the right side of Ogles. So, penalty on Stonehill College, number 37, Lincoln Hennessy, 2-minute minor for hooking. Time of that penalty, 14:05 of the second period. On the power play, Dylan Joy coming in, goes through the trapezoid to get that umbrella open. And the umbrella is open. That is called the umbrella format for this offense. Oh, and that puck gets cleared by Stonehill. Puck taken away at the point. Pat Hansel shot, glove save. Derek Joy drops that puck down, ripped around by Dylan Joy. And Stonehill collects this again, fires this forward, pass to Connor Duzois. Duzois in at the slot, turn shot, another glove save. Derek Joy saving his team twice from embarrassment. It's chilly in here. Face off to the left side of Derek Joy. Face off won by Fisher. Goes back into the corner. Number 12 puts it through the trapezoid. He meant to give it to his. Who is it? Okay, because I had Christian Ball and Sharino.
Yes, Christian Ball, I have no idea. The only one that would know that is
So, not for nothing. How many of these kids do we know, right? Like, a lot of these names are super familiar, right? Carson, who played with him, Pensabine, Chapman, Torres, Eisenhut. They all seem familiar. And the teams return to even strength. That puck held in at the point. Stonehill knocks that forward. Coming off of the bench is Nate Hopwood, and he can't do anything with it. John Sharino takes that puck away. Sharino flicks this puck forward for Valone. Valone wrapped up, loses that puck. Stonehill centering bad shot. Save me, Joy. Rebound. Save Joy. Cardinals coming back the other way. That puck gets dumped in by Pensabine, and Jackson's going to go off for a line change. Dan Bird for Stonehill tries passing this up along the boards. It's a weak pass that is not received. Jeff Valone steals it. Valone trying to go back the other way. It's a 1-on-5 as his team is changing line. Dumps that puck in, and he's going to go off to finish his line change. Puck sent behind the net. Eisenhut getting into business there. Puck is shaken loose. Reshore there. Now comes out into the middle. Cam Henworth picks it up for Shipman. Stonehill, not Shipman. They were in this tournament last year. Cam Henworth all the way around on the far side. Loses that puck. Picked up by the Cardinals. Pass to Jonah Reshore. Reshore shot. Kick save. Ogles. There's another shot taken by Flannery. Save made Ogles. And we got a whistle. Unsportsmanlike. I have never seen so many unsportsmanlike conducts that had nothing to do with swearing at the referee. So Stonehill College penalty number 2, Cam Hendworth, 2-minute minor for unsportsmanlike conduct while playing the game of hockey. What is they expecting him to make cookies and hand out roses? Time of the minor penalty, 17:30 of the second period. Well, Steve, thank you for your text. I'll fix your son's name, but I don't have time to go look up the rest of that roster. Yeah, I was told the only rosters I had were what was available on Game Sheet, and not very accurate. Here's Griffin Mayo. So if you notice me saying anybody else's numbers wrong, Steve, if you don't mind just texting me their correct number or the correct name of the number or something like that, that would be cool. But I don't have the capability to go online and look over the roster. Not now. I will later though, so I'll be right for tomorrow. Puck turned over. Here's Stonehill coming back. It's a 1-on-2, trying to get around Dylan Joy. It does backhand shot. Save Derek Joy. Oh, and I hope at dinner at Thanksgiving, Derek reminds Dylan how much he saved his tail on that shot there. That puck gets dumped in by Stonehill all the way around far side. Dylan Joy gets a piece of that puck and a piece of Thomas Dunn. As Dunn applies that check, Garrett Eisenhut going in, has that puck poked away, so he grabs the stick of Lincoln Hennessy. I might get some Hennessy later at the hotel bar. Here comes Stonehill, dumps this puck out, chasing after it, Dylan Joy. No icing. I thought it was going to be. Dylan takes this from his trapezoid, passes this puck across, and the Cardinals able to take their time. Drop pass back for for Griffin Mayo. Take it away. Stonehill sends this all the way down. Coming out, Derek Joy rips this puck near side for Dylan. Dylan gets checked up against the boards, but not before he sends this puck out into the neutral zone. Pushed in by Kevin Leary. Timing poor because Dozois had not cleared yet. So Leary had to watch that puck go into the zone while he went out to check up on sides. And here comes Fisher the other way. Hendworth released from the penalty box. Teams are even. Hendworth receives that pass. Doesn't get very far. Tries shoveling it over to McGrath, and that pass gets broken up by Nick Rippey. No, not Rick Rippey. By Pensabine. Oh, they look a lot thinner than Pensabine. Coming back the other way. Connor McGrath. Pass it off back to McGrath. Shot saved! Derek Joy! And we got a whistle. Interference by Dylan Joy. Oh, no. I thought he said 4. Jeff Valone getting the interference call at 1959.3. And that's the end of the period. So at the end of the period, there is a penalty against St. John Fisher's number 24, Jeff Valone, 2-minute minor for interference. Number 24, 2 minutes interference. I guess we're going to say the time of the penalty is 1959 or 20. I don't know. It says 2 minutes. We'll be back after this ice cut, and the Stonehill College will be on the power play after periods. It is St. John Fisher 4, Stonehill College 1. I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence. Make it a great intermission. College on the power play because of the interference penalty at the end of the period against St. John Fisher. Kevin Leary fires that. It gets slowed down, doesn't make it on net. Pat Hounsell setting this around near side for Thomas Dunn. Dunn gets wrapped up. No, now he's trying to pull that puck off the boards and makes his move into the slot and can't do it. Mateo Torres grabbing his puck over on the far side, trying to burn as much time of this PK as he can. Puck gets fired all the way down, played on by the Stonehill College goaltender John Ogles. Here's Will Vermette. Vermette passes back to the point. Nobody's there. They're just looking at it, picking that opportunity. Chance Bears and not able to get that shot off. Rips this all the way around, so it comes over to his defense. And St. John Fisher almost got caught in a sticky situation. Nearly had too many players on the ice as they were making that change, and the puck came right into the crowd of Cardinals. Now, I don't know what a crowd of Cardinal. I guess it's a flock. I know it's a murder of Ravens, right? This would be murder. Oh, that's offsides. Talk about murder. Thomas Dunn picks his puck up, coming back the other way. 3-on-2 with a player advantage. Dunn forced in deep into the trap, so he drops that puck off. Pat Hounsell goes back to play it, sends this off the backboards. He's got Dunn available in the slot. Passes it, shot taken, save made. Derek Joy. And who is that in the slot? I can't tell. I think it was Connor Peary. The teams are even. Fisher rips this puck all the way down, ends up being a pass to Kevin Leary. Leary backhands this to nobody. Puck picked up by Kevin Green. Green drops this into the corner. Fisher trying to knock this out, gets knocked down by Stonehill, sent all the way across the zone. Connor McGrath picks it up from the point, fires this towards the edge of the slot. Puck taken away by Garrett Eisenhut. Eisenhut gets this over to Pensabine, can't get this out, turned back, and picked up by John Sherino. Sherino. Oh, goes down, slides around on his back. Slow to get up, but up he gets. I think he's more disgusted than hurt. Lucas Pichard for Stonehill, back the other way, drifting, centering pass, gets tipped, picked up by Mateo Torres. Torres over the blue line, waits, draws, pass up forward to Eisenhut, shot, save made. Rebound over to the far board. Torres can't get it. Puck gets passed up to Pichard. Pichard over the blue line, shot off the glove of Joy. Drops down for his defender. Pass out to Pensabine. Pensabine gives it to Eisenhut. Eisenhut shot blocked. Comes back into the neutral zone, turning back the other way. Lucas Pichard, he's so excited. He skated right by the biscuit, turns around, dumps it in. He's going to go off for a change because he's exhausted. Here comes Fisher. Will Vermette in deep through the trapezoid, absorbs a check by Sheftick. Now I think I got that backwards. We got a whistle, I believe, for an offsides. Who knows? Maybe he was unsportsmanlike. Somebody might have stuck their tongue out at another player, 2-minute minor. These refs are, I don't know. I bet you they must have sprayed Glade in the referee's locker room because they're coming out like pansies. There's a shot save made by Derek Joy. Back out to the point. Stonehill fires in, gets deflected, goes off the base of the boards, pops out, drops down in the corner. Andrew Yoakum. Yoakum tries playing that puck, makes its way back. Jackson Reeves sends this back into the neutral zone, comes back into the Stonehill zone. Reeves playing it out. Whoa, lost his balance and gets clobbered by Griffin Mayo, and they're going to ring Mayo up for that. I mean, Mayo applied a soft check to a falling Jackson Reeves. Reeves needs grips on that skate because obviously he slipped on the ice. Very slippery. No, we're going to be all right. No penalty assessed. All right, Pat Hounsell for Stonehill taking the face off against Jeff Vallone. Vallone pulls it. No, Hounsell pushes this puck forward. Cole Flannery grabs this for Fisher, passes it up to Vallone. Vallone fires it on net. Save made by Ogles. Short pass over to Kevin Green. Shot, save, rebound. Sent back behind the goal. Carson Berg trying to pick it up on the near side. Sends this up to the point. John Sherino fires it. Gets deflected. Goes back into the near corner. Berg, loses it. He picked his head up to see where the goalie was, and the puck fell off of his stick. That gets dumped back in by Fisher. Stonehill collects it while Fisher checks up onside. Hard pass made out to Thomas Dunn. Too hard. It goes to John Sherino. Sherino, D to D pass. That gets fired forward, goes through traffic. Will Vermette may have gotten a piece of it. No icing. Puck is sent back into the neutral zone, and Vallone with it. Vallone taken out by Thomas Dunn after he releases the puck. Stonehill coming back the other way. Kevin Leary with the puck. Leary over the blue line, weaving his way in, trying to make his way to the slot, gets wrapped up by Vallone. Centering pass, it goes off the skate of Thomas Dunn. And we're going to get a tripping penalty as Vallone gets up off the ice because he got tripped by Thomas Dunn. Dunn really, he's standing outside the box saying, no, please, it wasn't me, was it? It was, Tom, it was. Stonehill College penalty number 20, Thomas Dunn, 2-minute minor for tripping. Number 20, 2 minutes trip. Time of the minor penalty, 5:39 of the third period, and it's a St. John Fisher Cardinal power play. Dylan Joy passes puck over to Torres. Mateo over the blue line, drifts up, opens the umbrella, drops his puck back to Dylan Joy, and Joy misses it. Coming back the other way, Connor Dozois on a breakaway shot, save, rebound, shot, save, rebound. Stonehill College. It took 3 shots off the breakaway. Derek Joy, 2 incredible saves. And I yelled at so much, I gave myself the hiccups. Who scored it? I don't know. I don't know. There were so many students from Stonehill College in the way. I could not tell. Our announcer will share with us who scored that shorthanded goal any moment now. Vallone in the corner. So Stonehill College shorthanded goal scored by number 91, Pat Hounsell, assisted by number 71, Connor Dozois. 91 from 71. Time of Stonehill College's shorthanded goal, 6:09 of the third period. And it's 4-2 now as they cut the lead in half. Oh, and that pass to the center point is missed. Fisher having to recover. Oh, and Connor Dozois almost created another advantage for Stonehill in this shorthanded, in this PK. Pass across for Sherino. Sherino drifting back. 10 seconds remaining in the player advantage for St. John Fisher. Here comes Sherino getting all wrapped up by Connor Dozois. Bourgeois with it. Bourgeois in, centering pass gets, grabbed out of the air by Derek Joy. He said, you can't pass that in front of me like that. Snags it. Give Derek Joy a pair of chopsticks with that hand, and he'll be catching flies out of the air with Mr. Miyagi. Face off to the left side of Joy. Lincoln Hennessy pulls that back. Puck goes over to the corner. Hennessy chasing after it, and the Cardinals pick it up. Pass over to Olheim. Oh, no, not Olheim. Sorry, that was Reshore. Wow. I thought it was an 8 and it was a 19. I was off by 11. Lincoln Hennessy trying to get that out, held in by Mateo, goes over to the far side. Garrett Eisenhood picks this up at the top of the circle, turns it over in the neutral zone. Dylan Joy rips his puck back in. Cardinals check up on sides as number 25 comes around, gets his puck out into the neutral zone. Cole Flannery there plays this back to the defense. 11:35 to go in this 4-2 lead. He touched it in the neutral zone. I saw it. I heard you saw it, right? Touched it. Puck doesn't come with brakes. It doesn't slow down by itself. Now, icing is the call. Lincoln Hennessy taking the face off for Stonehill. Puck comes back for Connor McGregor. Takes that shot, block, goes into the far side. Lucas Bouchard there trying to dig it out. Captain Bouchard. Right, he's just flinging this in the general direction of the goal. Puck comes up to the point. Dan Berg sends this forward, and the Cardinals trying to pull it out. Bouchard, no, can't keep it with them. Comes into the neutral zone, and we're going to get. Oh, it's a hand pass. They're calling a hand pass. Dylan Joy says, my hand was holding my stick. They're going to bring that face-off back down into the Cardinals zone. Very peculiar. Cam Handwork taking the face-off against Jeff Vallone. Vallone pulls it back. Dylan Joy rips this around behind the net, comes out into the neutral zone, picked up by Dan Berg. Berg dumps this in. Team checks up on sides. Teams are even. I don't know if I mentioned that when they became even, but they're certainly even now. Kevin Leary takes this behind his goal, drops this off behind him. Puck is blocked in front by Mayo. Oh, swing and a miss by Griffin Mayo. Had the whole net so wide open, he closed his eyes. Pass across the zone, collected by Griffin Mayo on the far side. Eyes back open. Trying to come up with this puck, gives it to Carson Berg. Berg back to Mayo. Mayo passes it across to Caleb Clark. Clark coming in. Clark in deep, back behind the Stonehill goal, pressed up against the boards, loses that puck. Stonehill coming out with it. Riley Brown gets attacked by Griffin Mayo. Brown able to send that puck all the way down. Cole Flannery takes it back behind his head to loses possession. Nick Rippey, Cam Handwork with it. And Stonehill just not able to pull the trigger. Nate Hopwood fires it, goes back behind the net, far side. Will Vermette picks it up, sends this back into the corner. Cam Handwork trying to play it around, gives this to the point for Jackson Reeves. Reeves gives it across, that gets knocked up high and hits the netting. Good thing, too, otherwise it was going to be a high stick if Berg played that when it dropped down. So face-off will stay in the zone anyway, so it really wouldn't have mattered if it was a hand pass or not. Pat Hounsell taking the face-off for Stonehill. And he'll be facing off against, I can't see who. Oh, it was Chance Bears. Puck held in by Jackson Reeves off his arm. Now it comes out, sent back towards the blue line. Thomas Dunn with it. I thought Dunn put that in and then pulled it back out because this team was offsides. Nobody saw it but me, though. So no offsides called because it should have been, but it isn't. Puck passed out into the neutral zone by Fisher. And they lose possession. Here comes Stonehill the other way. Will Vermette centering pass, shot taken, glove save. Derek Joy. I love how he stands there afterwards, like, of course the puck is in my glove. Why don't you come and try taking it from me? It's a constant side eye. It looks like my dog. Face off to the right side of Derek Joy. Counsel again. And face off won by Eisenhut this time. Gets sent up off of Torres. Goes in deep. Will Vermette back to pick it up. He's got Torres on him. Mateo can't get that puck. Coming over to play is Eisenhut. Stonehill comes away. Puck pass across. Connor Peary. Nope. That's Connor Duzois. At least they're both Connors. I'll just stick to first names now. Duzois passes this across for McGrath. McGrath couldn't get the shot. Sends this back up. We got a delayed penalty waiting against Fisher. Stonehill going to keep it as long as they can, and it gets touched up by Mateo Torres, and it's going to be a slashing penalty against whatever random Cardinal this official pulls over to the box.
So you guys can do this whole 3 years?
No.
No, just playing tomorrow.
Of the things I forgot, one of many. Thank you. Shot fired, save made. So St. John Fisher penalty number 13, Garen Eisenhut. 2-minute minor for slashing. Number 13, 2 minutes slash. Time of the minor penalty, 11:37 of the third period. And Derek Joy surviving that melee. Knocked the net off of its moorings, but because Fisher had possession, the referees let it go. When the puck left the zone, the official came over and adjusted the net accordingly. Hounsel sends this over to Vermette. Vermette gives this back to Hounsel. Hounsel looking, gives it back to Vermette. Vermette has Duzois at the point on the blue line. Duzois passes over to Leary. Kevin, Mr. Wonderful, fires this, goes off of Mateo's leg into the corner. Now it's a race for the puck. Picked up by Stonehill. Shot and a goal! Thomas Dunn finds the hole between Derek Joy and the post. So Stonehill College goal scored by number 20, Thomas Dunn. Time of the goal, 12:39 of the third period. And this is now a 1-goal game. Chance Bears facing off against Lincoln Hennessy. Hennessy wins the draw. Puck comes back into the neutral zone. Bears has it. Oh, couldn't get it around Kevin Leary. This puck gets dumped back. Picked up Dan Bird from the trapezoid, rips this around for Hennessy. Hennessy picks it up at the half boards. No, Hennessy gets this over for Lucas Bouchard. Centering pass, dip shot, save, rebound, goes back behind Joy. Upland grabbing it. Is Jack Chapman able to send this puck out into the neutral zone? Chapman following it, couldn't take that puck with him. Biscuit hits Chapman again. Now this puck gets passed over to Chance Bears. Bears crosses the center line, dumps it in, gets hit by Pashard in the trapezoid. Puck picked up by Bird. Bird fires us around, gets deflected. There's a nice interference by McGrath. But coming away with this puck, John Chirino. Chirino opening. 5 of the 6 feet was open. Pashard back the other way, disgusted that he lost the puck to Kevin Green. In the corner, Jack Chapman trying to play on that puck. Comes out, center point, 1G, glove save, Derek Joy. 6 minutes to go and 1 second in this one game. One game? One goal game. I forgot a word. Face off won by Fisher. Dylan Joy takes this back behind his net. He's got Nate Hopwood all over him. sends his puck up towards the point. Cam handwork, sends it back, gets deflected, comes across the zone. Fisher able to get this out into the neutral zone. This gets deflected back, glove down by Jeff Malone. He gets clobbered, tries to pull his stick away from Riley Brown, and finally does. Stonehill over the blue line into the offensive end. Now this puck comes back into the neutral zone. Passed across the neutral zone. Nate Hopwood with it. Hopwood, D-to-D pass over for Will Vermette. Stealing that puck. Griffin Mayo shot. Save. Ogles. Puck comes out into the neutral zone. Grabbed by Dylan Joy. Joy sends this back into the O zone. Played on by Nate Hopwood. Hopwood passes up to Riley Brown. Brown crosses into the neutral zone. Brown fires this in on net. Derek scoops his puck up, and with 4:59 to go in the third period, you're going to have a face-off off to the left side of Derek Joy. And that's Derek's left side, not our left side. It's our right side. And the right side is the left side. Pat Hounsell, again, taking the face-off for Stonehill. He's been out there for like 15 minutes. Fisher fires this puck up, misses Pensabine, turned back in the neutral zone. Eisenhut collects that puck, passes it across for Caleb Clark. Is that Clark? Fires it. And that is gloved by Ogles. He says, hey, I've seen the guy at the other end of the ice snagging pucks out of the air. I can do it too. The gloved hand of John Ogles. Oh, no. Yeah, 35. John Ogles. And we are short a player for Stonehill. I honestly don't know why the officials wait. So the official in the rental skates told Jackson Reeves to shut up. Right? They look like rentals, don't they? Shot misses the net, bounces around, comes up on the near side. Not Connor, that was Thomas Dunn tried pulling that out. Not able to. Puck drops down. Pat Hounsell. He called a hand pass. Pat Hounsell reached up, grabbed the puck, placed it on the ice, passed it to Kevin Leary, and they said it was a hand pass. His hand was on his stick. It's the second time that's happened this game, once for each team. I don't know what rule book these officials are using, but it's missing a couple of pages. Fisher with the puck. Mateo Torres can't get a shot off. Puck drops back. Eisenhut sends this into the trap zone. Out in front, Eisenhut shot. Save. Scrambling all over it is Ogles can't find the puck. Mateo Torres does. Takes it over to the wall. Sends this up to the point for Sherino. Fires it. Misses wide in the trapezoid. Eisenhut. Play with that puck. Goes across the crease. And Connor McGrath picks it up for Stonehill. Sends us all the way down. John Sherino grabs that puck, passes it over to Caleb. Nope, not Caleb. It's Kevin Green. Sherino sends this to another place on the ice. Kevin Leary gets it for Stonehill. Passes it over to Thomas Dunn. Dunn. Hard pass up to the blue line for Connor McGrath. McGrath rides the blue line, dumps it in, and turns around, does 2 circles, a pirouette, and goes off for a change. Figure skating's hard. Will Vermette? No. Cole Flannery comes in. I have my papers on the wrong side. Jonah Reshore missed that puck in the trapezoid. Stonehill trying to come out. They got 3 minutes to try to tie this game up. Fancy stick handling moves by Jackson Reeves. Gets his puck up to Cam Handwork. Handwork having a hard time moving his forward. Puck comes into the slot, grabbed by the Cardinals. Puck passed up. Jonah Reshore with it, fires it, and that goes off the stick of Ogles and into the netting, I believe. So we'll have a face-off in the Stonehill College zone. Jeff Vallone taking the face off for Fisher, squaring off against Lincoln Hennessy. Nope, not going to be Hennessy for reasons we'll never know. He got tossed from the face-off circle. Conor McGrath takes the draw, wins the draw. Here's Hennessy, gets that out. That's an offside. Come on, it hit off of Mayo's skate. Where's the whistle? That must be another one of the missing pages in the officials' rulebook. Fisher rips that all the way around, near side, picked up off the boards by Carson Berg. Berg chasing it down into the corner, absorbs a hit by Conor McGrath. Still battling for that puck. McGrath tries to get it out, gets knocked down. Now the puck finds its way up to Lucas Bouchard. Bouchard loses the biscuit, but it finds Hennessy. Hennessy dumps his puck in. Dylan Joy picks it up, tries to slow the game down, not able to. There's a shot taken by Bouchard. Save made. Derek Joy reaching from a knee. Jackson Reeves passes puck across for Hennessy. Hennessy tried getting it to Bouchard, not able to. Fisher comes away with this puck. Pass into the middle. Here's the captain, Griffin Mayo. Over the blue line, shot fired, gets deflected by Reeves, goes off the glass, drops down. Will Vermette tries clearing it, not able to. Now this, oh, hey, no, that's a Vermette stick that goes flying out. There's a stick blade on the ice. Pass over to Thomas Dunn, shot saved, Derek Joy. Pass across. Nate Hopwood couldn't catch that pass. Cole Flannery has it. Pressed up against the boards. Now coming over. Garrett Eisenhut. Pass this puck up. Fisher sends it open. Oh. And a penalty. Oh, unsportsmanlike conduct. I'm not exactly sure who scored the Fisher goal. I'll find out. But it is a minor penalty against Stonehill College's number 20, Thomas Dunn. 2-minute 9 minor for unsportsmanlike conduct. I think I don't know what he did. You know, oh, still scored a goal. Get over it. Mayo, oh, loses that puck.
St. John Fisher University ball, scored by number 18, Mateo Torres, assisted by number 13, Garrett Argina. Third goal, 6 minutes.
So not sure if you heard our public address announcer, but that last goal by St. John Fisher, scored by number 18, Mateo Torres, assisted by number 13, Garrett Eisenhut. Torres from Eisenhut at 19-0. We got 15 seconds to go in this game. Puck played by Derek Joy, and I'm pretty sure Fisher's just going to kind of hold on to this puck, pass it back and forth behind their net. No, they're going to send it up into the neutral zone. And we're just waiting for time to run out. This was an exciting game despite the officiating. This one ends in a St. John Fisher victory. The St. John Fisher Cardinals 5, Stonehill College 3 from the Saranac Lake Civic Center, home of Paul Smith College 2025 Burning Leaves Tournament. I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence, reminding you to make it a great day.